Okay, hello students. With the request from some of you that I need to do practice problem for quiz number 4. Now this quiz number 4 is based on lesson number 6.1, sorry 6.3 and lesson 6.4, and this one is on unit circle, and this is on trigonometric functions and also the values of trigonometric functions. So let me go directly to the one. Let me directly dive to question one, practice problem ones. So show that the point is on the circle. So how do we know this is the point on the unit circle? Now, what is the unit circle? Circle with radius 1, and any point on the circle, if there is a point xy, point on the circle, and this is 1, so this is x and this is y. So we can see that x squared plus y squared is always equal to 1. Now, we need to know whether this works out. X squared plus y squared equals to 1 here. So they did give us this is x and this is the y. So all you do is plug in. So let's put x squared plus y squared is 1, and plug this in, minus 24 over 25 square plus minus 7. So this will go right here. Okay, and we need to know it whether it is 1 and 24 times. So this 24 times 24, we can use the regular calculations, and you get uh, 576, and this is 625, and negative 7 times negative 7 is 49. Now again, this is 625. And then if you add this two, you get 625 divided by 625, which is 1. So all you're supposed to write here is this is minus 7 over 25. And then you, of course, they did give you this number is already given. So this part is 49 over, and you forgot, this is already square. So it is 49 over 625. And then you write the answer here answer is 1, and that's it. Likewise, let's take another one. So let's see practice problem 2. How do we know this is point on the circle? Same thing. So let's put it, we want to know whether x squared plus y squared is 1. So x is root 5 divided by 8. So you have to square this. Y is 3 by 8. So 3 by 8. And then square root, this square root leave us 55, and 8 times 8 is 64, plus 3 times 3 is 9 over 64, and you can add this out and you get uh, 55 plus 9 is 64, because you add this to get that. So what I'm supposed to write here is, you write here, you have to write 5 by so you can check that this x is replaced right here. This y is to be replaced right here, and 3 times this square is 9 by 64. And there's one step is not shown, means you are adding the numerator to get the answer. Let's go to the next question. So another different type of a question could be, let's see, this is 3. Find the missing coordinates of the point P using the fact that P lies on the unit circle. That means they gave you which quadrant does the P lies. So here it says first quadrant. That means if I try to draw a unit circle, that means the point P is lying somewhere here. So that's the angle maybe. And then the x coordinate is given to is as plus 1/4. That's plus 1/4. This is plus 1/4. And this is 1, right? And you need to know what is the other one. So that means we need to know this one. So they gave you x and what is y. So two different ways you can do uh, is you can remember this basically by definition. This is cosine and this is the sine, right? So cosine is always the x and sine is always the y. So either you can think of cosine is 1/4, which is adjacent over hypotenuse, and that way you can just draw a triangle like this and say, okay, cosine is, if this is the angle, this is the adjacent, which is 1 and the hypotenuse is 4, and you can use the other side as square root of hypotenuse square minus 1 square, and you get a square root of 15. That means the sine, the y, so this is x, so this is x and y, so you need to know y. Y is the sine of the angle, and that is the opposite of a hypotenuse. And the opposite here is square root of 15, and divide by the hypotenuse is 4. So this is square root of 15 over 4. And because it is in the first quadrant, it is plus sign. So you just put plus and you're done. That's all you're supposed to do. And the question is, do we have to? Yeah, it is better to draw. You don't have to draw a triangle. You could also use, besides this, you could use x squared plus y squared is 1 and then do. But I just wanted to show the relation between the sine cosine with the xy. So let's see. You could say x squared plus y squared is 1, right? X is 1/4, so this is 1/4. Y is we don't know. And then, so this is how you can subtract 1/4 from both sides. Of course, I forgot to square, so this is 16. So this become 1 over 16. So y square is, so y square is 1 minus 1 over 16. So, and then you multiply 16 and divide by 16. So 16 minus 1 over 16 is 15 over 16. And then y, taking the square root, you get square root of 15 up, and square root of 16 is 4. So this is how you can do, or best is just draw a triangle, because this is already given to you cosine, and cosine is 1 over 4. That's the adjacent over. So it becomes easier to do the third side. And yeah, anyway, both are correct. Question number 4 is very similar. Find the missing point, but this time it is given to you second quadrant. So that means if you have a unit circle, the point is in the somewhere here. See, the terminal side of the angles in the standard form is in, this is the P, and they gave us the minus 2 over 3. That means this is given x card. This is x, we don't know the y. So how do we find the y? So y is going to, in the second quadrant, it is minus and plus. That means it is x and y. And it is cosine and sine. So the sine is going, this sine is going to be the negative, that part. So we need to, you can use this x square plus y square is 1. So they gave us minus 2 over 3 square, and y is, we need to figure out. So this will be 2 times 2 is 4. 4 over 9 plus y square equals 1. Then subtract 4 over 9 both sides. So if you do this, I'm going to write y square, because this will cross out. So it will be 1 minus 1 over 9. And because there's a 9, you multiply 9 and divide by 9, and then y square is 9 minus 1 over 8, which is y is you get 8 over 8. So this is 9. Sorry, I made a mistake. This is 9. So this becomes 8 over 9. And if you take the square root, it is y is the square root of 8 over 9. This is correct. So this one is square root of 8 over 9. But then you can also write this square root of 8 is square root of 4 times 2, which is 2 root 2. So your answer could be also written as 2 root 2 over 9. So both these are correct. So hope that helps. Let's do the next. Okay, question number 5. This time A point is given and they give us the x coordinate is positive. Means the first number that you're going to write is going to be plus. And the second one is given to you as minus root 10 divided by 10, right? So that means we don't know what is x, right? So it is like x and y. I use the same trick, x squared plus y squared equals 1. And x is, we do not know. This is the y. So that's some negative root 10 divided by 10, and you have to square it. So a little work there, x squared. Square root of 10, square root of 10 is just a 10. Minus sign vanishes, a 10 over 100. And if you subtract 10 over 100, both sides, okay? So this crosses out. So multiply 10, 10. So I'll have to do, you have to multiply 100 here. So that becomes x squared is 100 minus 10, which is 90 divided by 100. So the x is equals square root of 9, which is x equals square root of 90 divided by 10, because 10. And you can also write this as 9 times 10 over 10, which is root 3. Sorry, you'll have to take off. It's just the square root of 9 is 3, so it is 3 square root of 10 divided by 10. So that is the answer. So, so your answer here would be 3 square root of 10 over 10, and this is minus 10 over 10. So this is the correct. So this is in the fourth quadrant. You see this? Because the angle is it's plus and minus, so it is this basically. So that's the angle where the x coordinate is positive and the y coordinate is negative. Let me do another problem. Okay, let P be the point on the unit circle. So let me draw a unit circle. Then the second part is we need to figure out where is this point, and the information provided is the x coordinate is negative. Now, where is x negative? This is negative x-axis, right? So this is negative, and then the point is above, so it has to be above. Now here it is minus and plus, and down is minus and minus. So that means it is in the second quadrant. Above the axis means the point has to be in the over here, like you see. So something, this is the angle and this is the point. So they gave us the minus 1, 6. So x is given minus 1, 6, and you need to figure out the y. And y has to be negative because, sorry, y has to be positive. So it's in the second quadrant. This is minus and plus. All you do is the same idea we can use. So x squared plus y squared is 1. So x is this one minus, so minus 166 squared. Just a regular works with minus minus plus 1 times 1, 6 times 6 is 36. And then you subtract 1 over 36 both sides. So this crosses out and you get y equals. So I'm going to write this whole thing down. So y squared 1 minus 1 over 36. And then multiply and divide by 36. So why do we multiply? Because you want to have the common denominator, least common multiply. So that is 36 minus 1 over 36, which is 35 over 36. And then you take the square root of these, but it will be plus and minus, but y has to be positive. 35 over 6, because square root of 36 is 6. So this is your final answer. So you go back here. So the answer was here is plus square root of 35 over 6, and you're done. Hope this helps, and let's go to another 7 problems. So I did already 6, so let me walk through more and more so that it can refine your skill. So one question is, this is what we did already in the classroom as a group. Remember, this is a unit circle, and they gave us this one example is t pi by 6, that is pi by 6 is 30 degrees. And you are supposed to fill the whole thing. Now, how are you supposed to fill this whole thing? Let me see if I can have access directly. Mhm. Uh, okay. So all you do is just fill this up. This is what we did. I want you to write. Maybe I need to get a. Let's see if I can. For question number 7, basically what all you're doing is you're trying to fill this. Yeah, I'm gonna write this as starting with 0, and we need to know what are the terminal point, the coordinates, right? So for different angles, and they give us pi by 6. You just add 1 pi by 6, 2 pi by 6, 3 pi by 6. See, 3 pi by every time you're adding this 30 degrees, 5 pi by 6. 6 pi by 6, 7 pi by 6, 8 pi by 6, 9 pi by 6, 10 pi by 6, 11. Okay. And then I want you to make sure we get this. It is pi by 6. So pi by 6 stays pi by 6. This is 2 pi by 3. And this is just a pi by 2. This is 2 pi by 3. This remains 5 pi by 6. This is pi, then 7 pi by 6. This you can reduce and write it as 4 pi by 3. This becomes reducing by 3 become 3 pi by 2. This is 5 pi by 3. This remains 11 pi by 6, and this is 2 pi. Now all you're supposed to write is coordinates. Now what is the meaning of coordinates means? You're supposed to write x coordinate and y coordinate for this. That means you need to write cosine and sine. So this is like x and y. This is like cosine, and this is the sine. Now, let me take this off. So the terminal point is x. Ah, This, this, is, this is x, and this is y. Remember the cosine. So cosine of 0. So all you're supposed to 0 is x cosine 0. So cosine of 0 is 1, and cosine sine of 0 is 0. And you can see that that works not only for 0, and also if you go all the way to pi and 2 pi by 6. So all you're doing, right, 1, 0, and 1, 0. So that's for now. Pi by 6, we can also fill the other one, which is pi by 2. Here it is pi. This is pi by 2, right? This is pi by 2, 90 degrees. So what is cosine of pi by 2? Now, pi by 2 is, so if you forget how to do this, you can just think of a unit circle. And where is pi by 2? Pi by 2 is 90, right? This one. So that's the angle. So this is like a 0 and 1. So this is cosine, that is sine. So 90 degrees, but over here it is 0 minus 1. So cosine of, so that's 3 pi by 2. So if I want to write this part, this cosine of pi by 2 is 0. And not only this, even 3 pi by 2. So this also will be 0. But the sine pi by 2, that means sine pi by 2, that means sine 90 is 1. So this is 1. And this one is minus 1. You can see that's sine of 3 pi by 2, which is sine of 270 degrees. So 390. So this is how you fill up. Now the next is the first quadrant. So this is the first quadrant. Both are plus plus. See, both are plus. Second quadrant also is both are plus. This one is in the second quadrant, so it will be, so this will be plus and, sorry, the first will be minus, so minus and plus, minus and plus. But if you go to the third quadrant, this is in the third quadrant, both are minus, see, minus, minus. If you go to this is the fourth quadrant, in the fourth quadrant, the x coordinate is positive, the y coordinate is negative. So this is how we can, and then you fill it out. Okay, how do we fill this? Now, pi by 6, what is sine 30? Cosine. So cosine 30 is root 3 by 2, and sine 30 is half. And then you look out for whether where else is there a 6. Here's a 6, pi by 6. So this also is root 3 by 2, and this is half. Then again you can say here also, it is root 3 by 2, and it is half. Then also you will see pi by 6, 6 right here, the root 3 by 2, and half. So this is how you can do, because pi by 6 is 30. And then finally we can do also for pi by 3. I can use red color maybe. So 2 pi by, so this is pi by 3, sorry, this is pi by 3. So cosine pi by 3. So what is cosine pi by 3? Cosine pi by 3, cosine 60, which is half. And sine pi by 3 means it is sine 60 is root 3 by 2. So, this part is cosine. Cosine 60 is half. Okay? And sine 60 is root 3 by 2. Now look up for where else is pi by 3. See, there is a pi by 3 here. So this also is half root 3 by 2. And then again, 3 is here, so it is half root 3 by 2. And you fill the whole thing. So that is what all you are expected to do. Is one thing is remembering you can remember the unit circle. And another thing is, without knowing the unit circle, we should be able to do any angle. So if the question is asked, let's say, what is tan of 5 pi by 6? And we should be able to do this quickly, because tan is, the definition is y over x, right? Which is sine over cosine. So all you need to know is what is sine of 5 pi by 6 and what is cosine of 5 pi by 6, right? So then the question is, where is 5 pi by 6? So if you check, pi by 6 is 30. So one semicircle gives you 12 pi by 6. So 5 pi by 6, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5. So that's like 5 pi by 6 in the in the second quadrant, which is minus and plus, which is cosine and sine. So that means all you think of only the signs minus and plus. So the top is plus, the bottom is minus. Or in the second quadrant, we know that all add sugar to coffee. This is sign is positive, and that means tan has to be finally negative. But you can find sine of pi by 6 without remembering the unit circle. Sine 30 is half, so just put 30. That's it. And or of course, this one is we could do directly. Instead of doing this, we know this is pi by 6, right? Finding the reference angle, because where is 5 pi by 6 in the second quadrant? So tan is negative, and just write tan of the reference angle, and the reference angle is just pi by 6, which is tan of 30. So tan 30 is, so instead of doing, you could do that. I'm just saying you could avoid here and directly write this is 1 over root 3, which is also minus root 3 by 3, and you're done. So I just wanted to show how everything is connected. Let's do problem number 8. Another question is asked is, let's say this is problem number 8. Find the reference number for each value of t. Now there is a real number. Each one of them is a real number, and they give us 13 pi by 6. It means this is the angle of made by the terminal side on the unit circle. So if this is a unit circle, the terminal angle makes the, so this, if this is the beginning initial side, then goes around, and in this case it's quite easy because it is 13 pi by 6. So 13 pi by 6, we do know the whole around is 12 pi by 6, because we can split this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So all around is is 12 pi, and here there's one additional, so that means something like this. So from 12 to 13 is 1, so this angle becomes, so this angle is 13 pi by, but the reference number is the arc length. That means what is which is the arc length here is, this is the reference number. It is the distance from the point, the shorter distance from the point to the x-axis. So sometimes it could be other side also. And I want to show at the same time the second one. So this part, if you see the B part, it says t minus pi by 4. Now what, we don't know what is pi by 7. But at least we know that if you try to write this, the whole pi, so from here to here is pi, right? And then the divided by 7. What is the meaning of divide? It means entire whole thing is split into maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So this is like 7 pi. So this is like 1 pi 7, 2 pi 7, 3 pi 7, 4 pi 7, 5 pi 7, 6 pi 7, 7 pi 7. But then there is a 9. So that means the angle is going round. That means it goes until here is 7, and then another 2 of those pieces, 1 and 2. And maybe it's like 1 until here. So this is the angle. This is the angle till here. So the reference angle is the arc length. It means it is the distance. It is the distance from this point, this part. This is how it is. So there are 2 of them. So this answer is just 2 pi over 7. That's it. Now in this case, that the first one is, this is the distance. This distance is same as how much is the reference angle, which is pi by 6. So reference number is same. Reference number is same as the reference angle, but only in the unit circle. So the answer for the first one is pi by 6. But not always. So this was an easy one. The first one was easy. This 13 pi by 6. Or you can also, there's another way to what, will it be always giving a easy answer? So that's the question. So what if it was something like 14, 15, 16, 17 pi by 16? Suppose it was 17 pi by 5 like this. So then you have to figure out exactly where it is. So right now in this example, so let me do it one more time. Little confusing, but I hope I'm making sense. So let's do it one more time. So the first one is easy. You got it because that's the short distance, and the distance of the unit circle is same thing as whatever the angle, how many radians it is. Reference angle. So the reference angle and the reference number is the same. Now, for the second part, if this is the unit circle, so this is how it is. So this part becomes, so these are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, I made a mistake. Whatever, there are 7, you split into 7 and then you go back. So there are 2 of this here. So that's why I say 2 pi by 7. Another way to do is this arc length from the beginning. This arc length is 9 pi by 7, 9 pi by 7, and this arc length here is 1 pi, so it is like minus pi. So when you do that, you multiply 7 times 7 like this, so you get 9 pi minus 7 pi becomes 2 pi by 7. That's the shortest distance of this point from the x-axis, which is the reference number. I hope. Let's do another one. So here there are two more questions. What is the t equals 6 now? T equals 6 is the real number, right? A real number, and it stands for the actually the angle made by the terminal side in the unit circle. If this is the case, it is the angle made by the terminal side. Now, what is the meaning of 6? We know if this is the unit, and if this is like 0, then this is pi by 2, this is pi, and that is 3 pi by 2. It means this is half. Basically, it is 0.5 pi. See? This is 1 pi, and this is 1.5 pi. If you go all around, then this is also is same as 2 pi. Now, they gave us 6. So where is this 6 angle? Where is this 6? Now, 2 pi basically means 6.28. So that means this is going in the counterclockwise direction. So it goes like, okay. So now this is 1 pi, means this is 3.14. Okay. So that means, and what is this basically means? It is 1.57 also. So if I use this number, so the goal here is just to see where is the 6. Now the 6 will be, you're going all around. So it is like 0. This is like 1 pi, which is 3.14. And then you go, if I go until here, it is 6.28, but it is not 6.28. It is just before. That means it is the angle is somewhere here. So this is the angle. So this is 6 here. So the arc length is given as all this arc length is 6. The question is asked, how much is this arc length? So all you do is, all around is 2 pi, so it is 2 pi, and you take away the pink color 6. That's it, and you're done. That's all you're supposed to find. What is this blue reference number, which is the shortest distance of the point on the terminal side of the angle to the x-axis? So that's that 2 pi minus 6. Okay, I hope this makes sense. And then now look at the next question. Okay, question number. Okay, there is a fourth question also. This part, it means if this is the unit circle and it is going in the clockwise direction, because there's a minus sign, the angle has to be clockwise. So that means we do know that all around till here is 6 point minus 6.28. But the one that gave us was minus 7, that means crosses this part, so crosses here. So what they gave us is the arc length, this whole thing, and then until here maybe, little more. So that's the question is asked, how much is this? Okay, but this time, how do we do this? So the whole round we know is 2 pi, but this time, this question is asked, and the whole round is 6. So even though this is negative, the whole around length of the arc is 6.8. But this one is given to us, the pink one is 7. I want to make sure we get this part. So what I'm saying is the length of the arc. This is clockwise, right? So this one, watch this. From here it starts, it goes around. This is till here is 7. This is 7. And you have to pull up, subtract 2 pi. So that means your answer becomes is, even though it is minus 7, so you're going to use just the 7 minus 2 pi, and you're done. So this part is 7 minus 2 pi. I only hope that helps to understand what is given, what is that Reference number is just the shortest distance of the point. So it means this is the reference angle. So asking you, what is this? This is the reference angle, which is reference number also, 7 minus 2 pi. Okay, I hope this is. Let's go to the next. Okay, the question is, uh, this is problem number 9. Find the terminal point. So that means there is a unit circle. You need to find the coordinates of the terminal point, that is x, y. And when you say x and y, remember it is nothing but cosine of the angle and the sine of the angle. So they gave us the determined by t. So they gave you the t, which is the angle. The angle is created by the terminal side is given, which is minus 3. So what it is minus 3 pi. So minus 3 pi means we will have to go clockwise. So until here is minus pi, 1 minus 1 pi. This will be going back here is minus 2 pi. And then again you go all the way minus 3 pi. There you go. This is minus 3 pi. All you do is find out what are the coordinates. So this was the initial side, but now the terminal side is on the x-axis. So these are quadrantal angle. So the point is right here, and we do know it is minus 1 and 0. So the cosine of the angle is minus is something like this, see? And sine of minus 3 pi. So that means it is minus 1 comma 0. That's all you're supposed to write this answer. But you could also say because the angle is in the negative x-axis, so the x is cosine of minus 3 pi. You could write this way also and write down x is as good as writing cosine of 3 pi. Remember cosine of minus theta is same as cosine theta. So the minus could be vanished, but still this is minus 1 because of the location of this point, see? And you're done. And sine of minus 3 pi. I hope that makes sense. So one more problem. Question number 10, could we find the terminal point? And this time they gave it as the angle. That means the terminal side makes an angle of this. If this is the starting, they gave you the pi by 3. We know what is pi by 3, right? So pi by 3 is 60 degrees. But you need to have 5 of them. So we know total 6 of all around is, we get 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All around is 6 pi by 3's make a 2 pi, right? So that means this is 5 pi by 6. Means the angle is right here. See, we want to know this coordinate, and they gave you the angle. So this angle, this whatever is given is axis. So you want to know what is x and y. What is axis? X is cosine of 5 pi by 3, and the y is but y is sine of 5 pi by 3. So this is x is cosine 5 pi by 3. Now because the reference angle is this is going to be pi by 3, which is 60 degrees, because this is 5 pi by 3, right? So how do we find the reference angle? Reference angle is 2 pi minus 5 pi by 3. See? Of course, you can use your common sense and get the answer. So cosine pi by 3 is 5 pi by 3, and that is same as, because this is in which quadrant is this? Uh, So the first one has to be plus and minus. So this is plus cosine of pi by 3, the reference angle. This one has to be minus, because in the fourth quadrant, minus sine of pi by 3. So cosine 60, what is cosine of 60? 1/2. And so that's this part. And the second part, this is root 3 over 2, because sine 60 is root 3 over. So your answers are, the two answers are 1/2 plus, and the other one is minus root 3 over 2. Okay, this is problem number 11. There are three sub questions. What is sine 8 pi by 3. Now remember, this is 8 pi by 3 means 8 sixties. So this means 8 sixties, right? So that means 6 sixties make 2 pi. So all you do is find where is this angle A. So you can see that if you go all around till here is 6 pi by 3, and this will be another 7 pi by 3, maybe here like this, and 8 pi by 3 will be this side, like see. So the angle, or you may say, hey, I want to do, if you get confused, 8 pi by 3, we can write 8 times pi by 3 is 60. And okay, 8 times 60 is 480, see. And you can see this is going to be 480 until here. The 360 and then 90 and something, and then you have to, so all that work could be avoided. You just have to know by using the radian form instead of those degrees. So how many radians? It means this angle is pi by 3 is, this is the unit circle. Pi by 3 is, so it is like 1 pi by 2, 2 pi by 3, 3 pi by 3, 4 pi by 3, 5 pi by 3, 6 pi by 3, 7 pi by 3, and 8 pi by 3. So the angle is in the second quadrant. See? So this is 8 pi by 3. That means the reference angle becomes pi by 3. So the answer for this will be is, and you can see this is minus and plus. X is the cosine, y is the sine. So y, so this sine is y, which is going to be positive, and as good as writing sine of pi by 3, just the reference angle. And the answer of sine 60 is root 3 by 2. We are done. And cosecant is, now what is cosecant? Just flip off the cosine, right? So that means this will be 2 over root 3. But then you can't keep a radical, so you multiply root 3. So that will give you root 3 over 3 like this. And another one is, see the confusing, what is cotangent? And to know the cotangent, we need to know tan, right? But we don't know what is cosine. So how do we write cosine? So sine is, we do know sine, this answer, pi by 3. This is for sine. So too much of stuff here. So let me write here. This first answer is this is plus root 3 over 2. Okay. Now, what is cosine? So in order to find this cotangent, we need to know what is cosine of 8 pi by 3. And cosine of 8 pi is is minus. Look at this. By definition, it is x, right? X coordinate. But how do we find it is? It's in the second quadrant, so it is minus. It is minus cosine of the reference angle. So which is minus cosine 60, and cosine 60 is half. So this is going to be, this is, so when we want to figure out what is a cotangent, this question is asked, cotangent is cos this over sine. Because cotangent also is x over y, right? And x is cosine. And you just have to do a little work here. So cosine we got minus half, and sine we got root 3 by 2. And if you use skip change flip, you get minus 1 over root 3. And that's it. This is all you're supposed to find. Or this could be written as you multiply and divide by, and you get minus root 3 over 3. Okay, in this question, this is problem number 12, practice problem. The first one is asking what is cosecant of 7 pi by 6. So I will just figure out first what is sine of 7 pi by 6. And you can clearly see that there's a pi by 6. So your reference angle is already pi by 6. Only thing all you need to know is which quadrant is the whole angle 7 pi by 6. You can see if this is the unit circle, All around is 12, and halfway down is 6 pi by 6. So that means 7 is 3 5 to 1, 2, 3, 4 pi by 6, 6, 5 pi by 6, 6 pi, 7 pi by 6 right here. So this is the angle, and that is in the third quadrant, both negative, cosine and sine. So all you do is write this as, because sine is negative, you put minus, and then the sign of the reference angle, which is pi by 6. And what is sine of pi by 6? It's sine of 30, and sine 30 is half. So the answer is, this is for sine. But the question is, what is cosecant? Cosecant is the reciprocal of sine. So whatever this minus half, which you see here, minus 1 over 2 become minus 2 over 1, and that's it. So minus 2 is the answer. This one we'll have to figure out what is cosine of minus 5 pi by 6. There is a shortcut trick you can use also. If there is a minus cosine, you can also write it as cosine 5 pi by 6. And that means the reference angle is pi by 6. So it's the same angle they give, pi by 6, but this time it is 5 pi by 6. So where is 5 pi by 6? So use the, so again, this is 1 pi by 6, 2 pi by 6, 3 pi by 6, 4, and this is 5. This is the angle 5 pi by 6. So that's the angle become 5 pi by 6. So this become uh, 5 pi by 6. And then, or if you get confused, I think because they are given as negative, we can use the another way to do is best is because of the negative sign means clockwise direction. So what is clockwise direction is going this way, one, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is minus 5 pi by 6 like this. So it's in the like this. So this is the angle minus 5 pi by 6. Both minus minus. Cosine is negative. Sine also is negative. So that means when you write this answer, we're going to write this as minus, and then because cosine is minus, and then cosine of the reference angle, which is pi by 6. And that is same as minus cosine of 30, and we know cosine 30 is root 3 over 2, and you're done. This is this is for cosine, but we need to know secant. Secant is reciprocal of cosine. So whatever this answer, we'll have to write minus 2 over root 3. And we can write, if one, remember this basically is same as root 3 over 3. So we can write this as minus root 3 over 3. And that's the answer. Now finally we have cotangent of 11 pi by 6. So where is 11 pi by 6? So let me take all this off and find 11 pi by 6. Of course, cotangent, right? So instead of figuring out cotangent, let me do tangent. Let's find out what is tan of minus 11 pi by 6. So this is clockwise because it's a negative. So 11 pi by 6. So it is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So this angle is and both are positive. See, so tangent, because you reach in the first quadrant, so the answer is going to be plus, okay, which is tan of just the reference angle pi by 6, and you're done. But we know this is tan 30, and tan 30, which you are supposed to remember, is 1 over root 3 or root 3 over 3 also. Sorry, root 3 over 3. And this completes problem number 12. I hope that helps. And then the last one. So practice problem number 13. Here they ask you what is sine 4 pi by 3. That means pi by 3 is 60 degrees. And pi by 3 is 60. And you want four of them. So that means 460s. So I got pi by 3 is 60, right? So we know that all around is there are six of them. So 1 pi by 6. This is like 1. 2 pi by 6 will be here. That is 2. Then 3 pi by will be here. And 4 pi by 3 will be this one. See? So the angle is, this angle is, this angle is 4 pi by 3, both minus minus. So this answer has to be minus because this is cosine, that is the sine. So sine is negative, and then write down the sign of the reference angle, which is pi by 3. It is pi by 3. So when we talk about reference angle, it is the angle, this angle, positive angle, acute made by this terminal side with the x-axis. This one, secant. So first find what is cosine. So it's a 7 pi by 6. Oh, I think we did this. I think the earlier I forgot. So 7 pi by 6. So 6/30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6/30 and 7 here. So this is both minus. So cosine is negative. So cosine of 7 is minus cosine of pi by 6, which is minus root 3 over 2, and this answer will be also minus 2 over root 3, but we can write it this as root 2 root near done. To figure out this cotangent, you need to know, so same example, cotangent, first find only tan of minus 2 pi by. So that means 260, so you go, so 260 will be like this. This is like 160 minus and then another one. So this will be in the again the second quadrant. Tan is positive because remember all here sine is positive, here tan is positive, here cosine. So any angle here is tan is positive. And then you write tan of, but because we want cotangent, this is over 1, right? So this becomes 1 over root 3. And you're done. So they gave you one of this. So what does this basically means? Sine is, you can also use uh, a triangle to do faster. So sine is given. So if I can make a triangle like this, see this angle where sine is opposite, which is 12 and 13 hypotenuse, right? Because there's a 12 and 13. So if this is 13, this is 12, you know this is going to be 5. So you already got this is opposite, adjacent. And because it is the fourth quadrant, okay, in the fourth quadrant, if you see the fourth quadrant, here's cosine is positive. So this is going to be positive. Secant also is going to be positive because they are reciprocal. But the others will be all minus. Now, this answer, this answer is plus adjacent, which is 5 over 13. Done. This answer is opposite over adjacent, but it is minus 12 over 5. This answer is cosecant. Is the flip of this. And likewise, you can figure out the rest.